Well, do it live! Fuck it! Do it live!
Welcome to the Mouthpiece, episode 141. Today we're going to talk about my trip to LA, my week in poker, the NCAA tournament, NBA, politics, whatever y'all want. The Mouthpiece is next. What up? Welcome to the Mouthpiece, episode 141. Missed you all. Had a good week in LA. The best part of it all is my pain levels were not very bad. Sunday I went to the Meetup game. Monday I was in awful pain. And I was thinking, oh my God, this is going to be a brutal week. But I went and sat in the bathtub 2-3 times a day, got used to it, and really never had pain the rest of the week. I will say that overall, I'm doing really well with the pain. So with that in mind, I have decided that I'm probably going on the WPT Voyager cruise in 2 weeks. And so there's lots of there's a shitload of tournaments on the cruise. But I'm probably only going to play a couple of them. I don't see any reason to be on a cruise and enjoying myself and playing poker all night and day. But I did see the schedule. They have some mixed games on there. They have like $1,000 Omaha 8 or better on there. They have all kinds of tournaments. So I'm probably going to play, and I'm probably going to get on there. And as long as I'm out of pain here, it looks like I'm going to go. So that's the up-and-coming schedule. I'm pretty excited that my pain levels are really good for the week. I had a lot of stuff done in LA. So did the Meetup game Sunday, played Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, won Monday, 12,000, and I was pretty card dead all day. Thought I played well. Tuesday, if you guys haven't heard, I had an amazing sun run where the deck just basically hit me in the face, and I thought I played well. A lot of people want to talk about the set of eights hand versus Luda's set of deuces hand. I completely fucked that hand up. I told myself lead the flop, because when you're up against people like Luda and you just got to lead. Those are flops he's gonna fuck with you with. If I lead the flop, he boogie calls, he raises, I flat, then he bombs a turn, I flat, then he moves it on the river, and I snap, and I win a pot, and I stack him. And by not leading, and it went bet raise, I just felt flatting 6,000 on a deuce 6-8 board is solid and pretty tight. I was playing. Would have turned my hand face up. I thought it was better to re-raise on the flop. And once I made the mistake of not leading. So yes, I know exactly what I did wrong. I don't want to hear from anybody. I am sniffling a lot right now. It's because I dropped another quarter pill 48 hours ago. I am now, I didn't drop any down in LA, but I am now officially down one full pill of my 3 that I take every day, with 2 to go. So I do have like some flu-like symptoms where I'm congested and...
Oh, fuck, it's not COVID again, is it?
No. It's just from me dropping the quarter pill. I feel fine. And so I expected a lot worse because when I dropped the second and the third pill, I was in awful pain, and I felt like this. So overall, I feel pretty good. No, it didn't do any blow. Didn't do any blow. And Brandon still is running with the bloodbath hoax that's already been debunked. It's pretty crazy how sick they are. He said, if I'm not elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the auto industry. And then they took the snippet, the fake news media, and ran with it, made up a whole narrative, and it's all been debunked now. But since Brandon is brainwashed, he'll continue to repeat the lie. So I actually am feeling sad for him now because he doesn't even realize that hoax has been debunked. Now, we do have all the debunked Trump hoaxes listed today. So by the end of the day, we will run off all the hoaxes. Why? Because that's what other people do. Anyways, so we'll get to politics later. I don't want to talk about that right now. It was a good week. Tuesday was the best single poker session for me in 17 years. And it felt good to sun run. I mean, to just make hand after hand against other hands. These are things that don't happen in poker, and they happen. Oh, you get a run like that. Usually once every 5 years, probably. I mean, this was the first one in 17 years, but I know some people usually get them once a year, but I haven't really been the aficionado of a sun run, and I finally got one. So, anyways, that was really fun. For somebody like me who's played so much poker over my lifetime, to get back in and play really high stakes and murder the game, I'm not gonna lie, it felt fucking good. It was a rush. It was a rush. I felt so good about it, and it's an addiction, and I have to tell myself that don't get caught up in wanting to play super high stakes. As much as fun as it is, and as challenging as it is, and as adrenaline rush as it is, it's you got to take everything within context. So, the old Mike made every quarter he has from poker. Never made any investments. Every time I invested, I lost. So everything I have is from poker. And now that I'm doing well, I've really invested. I put money in the market. I put more money in crypto. I literally put a bunch of money in lots of stable, like a lot of these coins. So my assistant, who's my best friend, who I also sell like 20% of myself in all the games I play, who's done pretty well. He's really good with crypto, and he's been making me money. And so I have a few more debts to pay off, but I'm just about out with that. And it's a good feeling. It's a good feeling when you don't owe anybody. I barely owe anything. And I owe a few more people a little bit of money, but it's going to be over by the end of the year. That'll be done. So I'm pretty stoked. Documentary's coming out 1st of May. There's going to be a movie theater here in Las Vegas for a premiere. I will get the details once it is set in stone, and I will ask all of you who follow me on the Mouthpiece if you're able to make it to Las Vegas for the premiere. I would love to have you. If you are struggling and if I really like you, maybe I will pick, I don't know, what do you think? Maybe we pick 5 people. We do some trivia. We pick 5 people that follow us on the show for the last 3 years, and we fly them out to Vegas for the premiere. What do you think, Danny?
Sounds expensive.
Nah, not really. Can't be that expensive. Round trip to Vegas is probably like $300 a person. All right. And then, one night, probably $100. So $400 a person. It's worth, I have no problems donating $2,000-$3,000 to my loyal followers. And so, yeah, that's about it. So we'll see what we could do. Yeah, we definitely got. I think Brandon, I'd love to fucking fly him out. Then I could literally like sit down and just like go over hoax.
No, but if we bring Brandon out, he has to be on the show.
Yeah, he'd have to be. I like Brandon. He's just mentally fucking brainwashed. Anyways, yeah, that's what we're going to probably do, and that's kind of the goal. So. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. Things are good, What else is going on? So the world premiere, the Meetup documentary, first week of May. I will give details where it's going to be at. We have the World Series coming up in 2 months. We have me down one full pill. One full pill. I know you guys don't understand, but like getting off of pain pills is not easy. I've decided this time I'm spreading it out over a long period, and it's something that I want to get done. And so once, I'm completely off Adderall for 7 weeks, pain pills for a month. And so drinking Red Bull, sleeping good. I feel like I'm playing still at a really good level. And the one thing is when I don't take Adderall is it allows me to pull the trigger. Like, yeah, I pulled 2 insane, crazy bluffs yesterday. I was wrong and I punted. But I was stuck like, 45, 50 yesterday, and I got winners. Played my ass off. So, that just happened. It makes you feel good when you're able to not take Adderall and and just play for hours and hours and hours and, and get winners. So, yesterday's session was crazy. I sit down and I was 80% and 85% with one pull in 2 consecutive hands. Where we run it twice. I lost all 4 boards, and so I snap quit 6,500 loser. I didn't come back in like an hour and a half, 2 hours later, and I'm down like 40, and I'm like, Jesus! I told myself to be done for the day, to quit, but I was playing good, and one of those days I got winners. I didn't expect to get winners. I was more than happy to take a big loss yesterday. Yeah. So, we'll see what happens with everything. So that's good. Everything's good with that. I missed the NBA this week, really. I haven't seen what's been going on. I know my Lakers suck dick. I still think the Denver Nuggets are going to win it. And I was just looking at the brackets for the college uh, March Madness tournament, and I don't really know nothing about college basketball. I didn't watch any this year. I know Houston's really good, UConn's really good. So when we take phone calls later, anybody want to talk about any of that, we will. Let's see what else is going on. There's got to be something I'm missing. Let's see. So LA was really good. I enjoyed myself. I stayed at Terranea Resort, which is overlooking the ocean in LA, and it really reminds you of being in Hawaii, but for like a third of the price. And so I enjoyed, it was a little bit cool during the day. And so, things were a little bit, whatever. It wasn't like summer, but I enjoyed myself. We did the meetup game Sunday. We had about, 15, 20 tables going. I lost $1,880 in the meetup game. Can't make this up. 1-3 game. I won one pot all day. And I don't know if you guys were watching. There was a stream where I made aces full against aces full. And he said, or this hand was so weird. It is a 1-3 game. I don't really want to talk about hands in a $1-3 game, but it was an interesting hand. It was against one of these streamers who has like millions upon millions of followers, and this is how the hand went. It went limp, 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 limp. So I limped the button with ace 4 off, and the flop comes ace 8-4. The big blind leads out for 25. The under the gun calls 25. Another person calls 25. I make it 150 on the button with aces and 4s. Big blind calls. Under the gun calls. Now the turn card comes a king. Now the big blind leads out for 150. The under the gun calls 150. And I move in for like 1,050. Big blind folds. The under the gun out goes, can I see a card? I said, sure, take whichever card you want, right? I just figured I'm gold. I got aces and 4s. Like ace king would have raised pre-flop. 3/8 would have raised somewhere along the flop, the turn. So I just have to be good. So I move my cards, I switch them, and I turn over a 4. And which was a great card to turn over because I'm going crazy. The board's ace 4-8. I mean, I didn't limp with 4-8. I'm raising all ace 4 suited in a 1-3 game. So I'm like, oh shit. I go, that's not a card I want to do to see, right? And she goes, do you have 2 of them? I said, yeah, possibly, but you never know. Maybe not. And she calls and turns over ace king. And I was in shock. Like, how could she have ace king? Like, how do you not raise under the gun with ace king? How do you never put a raise in on the flop or anything? So I was counting my money. Instead, I lost $1,150 in the pot. And I'd already gone the whole day without winning a pot. So, yeah, that's how I lost $1,800 in the meetup game on Sunday. It was pretty crazy. Even on Monday when I won $12,000, I had like 4 playable hands all day. You know, I won the 2 big pots with queen 9 of spades early in the session. And then I was just treading water the rest of the session, just folding. And then I just made a couple of good moves, followed through and bombs a bunch of pots to win $12K. And that's, that was Monday. And the funny part was, I literally had 5 playable hands in 2 days on Sunday and Monday. So I kept saying, I'm like, well, maybe I'm going to run good on Tuesday. I mean, I couldn't make any less cards. And Tuesday come and I made more hands on the first orbit than I did in 2 days. And I mean, I sunrunned. It was amazing. I mean, flopping 3 sets in a row and getting paid on all 3. I don't think I've made 3 sets in a day in 6 months. So it was great, man. It was a great feeling. I thought I played okay. I thought I left a lot of money on the table. I thought if I played my A-plus game, instead of winning 83, I'd have won 150 with the cards that I was getting. But, I hadn't played poker in a month. I was a little rusty. And when you're a little rusty, you kind of go on the side of caution. And listen, when the 8-6 deuce board flopped, I told myself, lead 1300, lead 1300, lead. I literally had the chips in my hand to lead. And then I decided to check. And once I check, I'm in no man's land. I can't just bet, raise, call 6,000 cold on a deuce 6-8 board. I thought if I made it 13,000, it would have been better. Probably should have fucking checked the turn or bet smaller. Whatever, I left 33K on the table. It is what it is. I don't need people on Twitter telling me how bad I played the hand or what I did wrong. I'm a professional poker player for 27 years. I know every hand I play bad. I know every mistake I make. And and that's it. So, I'm not stupid, okay? I know the mistakes I make. So that was Tuesday. Wednesday, I was going to play. And I have no problem telling you what I did on Wednesday. So I had a lot of these bumps on my face that have been bothering me for a while. And then I had these, I don't even know what you call them, underneath my eyes. They look like, I don't know, like empty pockets of whatever. So I had a appointment with the dermatologist and to have them removed. And LA, of course, is the best place to have them removed. And so I get there and they have to inject you and numb it before they remove it. And they remove them they zap them with this electroid fucking shit thing. And so the lady's like fucking sticking the needle under my eye, in my fucking eye, in my nose. I'm screaming to high heaven. I got videos of it, but I can't really share it with you guys yet. I'm not sure if I will. And then after they inject you, then they zap the shit off of you. And so I had 40 bumps on my face that I had removed. And I have to put this shit that makes my face look real shiny right now. Or if you watched the Thursday stream, it looked like I was sweating. I wasn't sweating. That was the shit I had to put on my face. So, hopefully in the next 2 weeks, they said that's all going to scab up and fall off. So I've got to put all this stuff on so I don't have scars on my face. So, I'm trying to not look like an old man with bumps and shit all over his face. So I had all these shit removed on Wednesday. And then Thursday, I played the stream in a really nitty game. Now, I was supposed to play Wednesday. It was supposed to be a good lineup. Ryan asked me if I could play on Thursday instead because he had a bunch of people that wanted to play Wednesday. He told me the Thursday game's going to play real small. So, and I was fine with it because I was up 95K for the week. And I'm like, okay, I'll play in a small game. I'll play, I'll play way more aggressive. I'll give a lot of action and try and win 5,000 in the game. And the crazy thing is as bad as I ran on Sunday, as bad as I ran on Monday, even though I won, like Thursday was a absolute bloodbath. Even I ended up losing 12-5 on stream, 3,500 after stream. I never won a pot. If you watch that stream on Thursday, like I played one big pot, 8,400, ace king versus queens versus tens. And we run it twice. The dream spot where you're flipping against two other opponents. And not only did I brick both boards, I never even had a sweat at any of the boards. And so right there, I'm down 8,400. I then get 2,900 in with jacks against king queen. Both boards flop 3 stiffs. So I'm 3-1 favorite after the flop on both boards. And he had a queen on the river on one and king on the river on another. And that one, I lost that 2,900. Then I decided to 3-bet light with 10-8 of spades to 1,300. And the guy behind me fucking jams for another 1,500. And I have to call anything. And he has ace king of clubs. One guy threw queen 9 of clubs away. The other guy threw 3-4 of clubs away. 2 people threw a king away, and 1 person threw an ace away. So I laughed. I said, well, I'm going to win both boards. So one of the 2 case aces flops on the first board with 2 spades. So I flop a flush draw. I brick that one. On the second board, I flop a 10 with a queen. Turn and 8 of clubs. Now there's 2 clubs on the board, but 4 clubs have been thrown in the muck. So you come in with a jack or a club, and they rolled the jack of clubs off, and I lose 2,900 in that flop. So basically, those 3 hands are what I lost. I robbed enough money the rest of the day to stay around even of that. And so that was that was an interesting day. So I end up walking out of there with we lost 16 with a 79K win, minus the money from the hotel, minus what I lost in the meetup game, 1875, I don't know. So I won, I think I cleared like 73,000 for the week. 71. So it's a good week, can't complain. After taking a month off. And what does that go and show you, right? This is what I've been teaching you guys for the last 3-4 years, right? The old Mike used to play poker every fucking day. Didn't matter, win, lose, or draw. Put in the hours, play. Then I told you I wanted to work on myself, work on trying to get off the pain meds, work on trying to better myself. I take a month off, And I was worried taking a month off that I was going to be rusty. Took a month off. I thought I played really, really solid. Could I have played better? Yes. But it's the fact that I'm proud of myself. Take a month off, work on yourself, become a better person, and good things happen. And going into the World Series, I think that it's going to be the same. I really do. I think this is going to be a big World Series for me. I think the documentary is going to be big for me. I need all crypto to keep going up because I'm investing a lot with it. And I have a stock my brother swears is going to 100x. And if it does, I'll be set for life. So, we'll see what happens. Life is good. The world is all about, bettering yourself. And one other thing happened that was really interesting. So after the doctor's appointment Wednesday, I went to the spa pool to kind of grab some food, lay out, hang out, and I wanted to get a massage, and they had nothing available. But this just goes to show you, but the person I was hanging with was talking about God and things in the Bible and things that make you a better person. And they said they were booked, but one of the massage therapists overheard that, and she was very religious, and so she decided she wanted to give me a massage. So I was originally going to get a hot stone massage, and for an hour, because they said they only had an hour. And I was going over everything, what I've been through, how much pain my knee is in all the time. And after about 15 minutes, she says, screw the stone. I know how to fix you. And she went away from the hot stone and started working on my hip and some parts of my body. And to make a long story short, I woke up. I fell asleep for like a half hour. I woke up. She ended up doing the massage for close to 2 hours. And I got up and my knee was completely out of pain. Zero pain. Like I was walking with zero fucking pain. And I was like, wow, is this for real? You know, now I've had massage therapists get me out of pain, but then after I start walking about 75 yards, then the pain comes back. And so I was pretty excited, but I'm like, okay, walk slow, Mike. Don't get too excited. Every time you walk, the pain will come back. And so I walked, I got dressed. I walked out of the massage area. I took the shuttle back to the main thing. I'm walking down the hall. I've walked over 50 yards right now, zero pain. Go down the elevator, start going, and of course my room was at the very end of the hallway. And I'm about halfway down the hallway, and then all of a sudden the knee pain starts to come back. And it came back a little bit. Now, the knee pain is still down 70% from when I went in and got that massage. 30% of the pain came back. But the fact that she was able to do whatever she did to get rid, I've been saying forever that this knee pain is coming from my hip. She 100% says it's 100% coming from my hip. So she says I need to get a massage therapist to come in at least once a week, work on it, and work on the hip. And hopefully that'll be able to, where I can walk again without being in pain. So many good things happened this week. Great week at the Hustler. Great week playing poker. Got my knee out of pain from a massage. Brandon, don't be a dick or I'm going to fucking have to kick your ass. Yeah, it was a good week, man. Can't complain. Can't complain whatsoever. So, I made an NBA bet yesterday. I was waiting 3 days for, which was the Lakers against the Warriors. I knew it was a massive game for the Lakers. They had a massive advantage with Anthony Davis against anything the Warriors have. And what happens? The pussy got fucking poked in the eye. He leaves the game at halftime. They get out rebounded. They get dominated in the paint and they lose. This is like 2 NBA games in a row that I bet $1,000 on that one of my main guys got hurt. So fuck it. I ain't betting any more NBA until the playoffs. Let's see what's going on. I won't be betting any college basketball either because I know nothing about it. Let's see what else is going on. Yeah, I'll let you guys know next week. I'm pretty sure I'm going on the WPT cruise. It feels like the right thing to do. I'm going by myself. I asked my mom to go. She didn't want to go. So it looks like nobody's going with me. The Lakers have zero chance. The Lakers suck. They will not even be in the playoffs. I hate to tell you this. They're getting Vanderbilt and Gabe Vincent back. Those are 2 big-time on-ball defenders. But they're going to have to win both games on the road. They're going to be the 10th seed. They're going to have to go into Golden State, win a game. Then they're going to have to go into Phoenix or Dallas and win a game, or Sacramento. They're not going to be in the playoffs. I mean, say what you want. Lakers aren't going to be in the playoffs. Sorry, I'm a diehard Laker fan. Anthony Davis is a pussy. Please. Every time he flops and says, "Oh, I'm in so much pain," and he fucking hobbles to the bench, whines like a bitch for every time he gets a little fucking cut. He's a little bitch. Anyways, let's got a lot of people today listening, so let's open up the phone lines and see what everybody wants to talk about. We'll take questions about HCL. We'll take questions about all forms of poker. And then if you guys want, we could pivot to the most divisive thing in the world, which is politics, which I'll try my hardest not to pivot to.
The Mouthpiece.
If you'd like to take part in our phone call segment, you can give us a call at 702-329-0480. And if you're a snowflake or a pussy and you don't want to talk to me, you can email me at mouthpiecepodcast@gmail.com. Also, follow me at the Mouth Matiso on Twitter for times that our call-in segment will be live.
702-329-0480. Give us a call. Talk about poker. We'll talk about the NCAA tournament. We'll talk about the NBA. We'll talk about hockey. We'll talk about the NFL free agency. I knew it was something I forgot. Lots of shit going on in the NFL free agency. And if you want, we'll even talk about all the lies and bullshit that they spew in politics. So give me a call, 329-0480. We have lots of people on the show listening today. Don't be afraid. Call me, ask me anything you want, and we'll talk about anything you want. So that's it. Oh, boy. What have you guys been up to? How was your week? It was 2 weeks, actually. Shit. We've only run 2 shows in 2 weeks. But I think I pretty much covered everything. Really nice week in poker. I'm pretty excited to hear that. So, Brandon, all that's not true, dude. They splice fucking things together and they make you think that something that didn't happen, dude. But you're too out of touch. So you're so far gone down the rabbit hole. I can't even explain to you. I wish I could, but you'll figure it out one day. Yeah, we talk about the Steelers' music quarterback. So they go with Russell Wilson. Okay, how in the world does Justin Fields go for a 6th-round draft pick? I think he's a star. Welcome to the Mouthpiece. This is Mike.
Mikey, Gypsy Frank, what's up, man?
What's up, buddy? How you doing?
Same old shit, different shovel, man. How about you?
I'm fucking great, man. I can't complain. I got these bumps taken off my face. Had a good week in poker. I'm down 1 full pill on the opioids. So
Congrats, man. That's awesome.
You know, it's all 1 down, 2 to go. Dude, I'm a third of the way there. Think about it.
How has that been affecting you? Do you feel any type of withdrawals?
No withdrawals at all. On the 2nd and 3rd quarter pill, for about 8 hours, I felt like death. I was in horrible pain and my whole body hurt. But that was it. Now I dropped another quarter like 48 hours ago, and I didn't take down any when I was in LA because I didn't want to be in pain. Because I know the first 2.
Right, that makes sense.
And so far this quarter hasn't affected me at all, but it's only been 48 hours. Sometimes a quarter pill when you don't take any down for a while, it might take 72 hours. So if this quarter doesn't really do much, hopefully I feel like this in 2-3 days. Then what day is it? Sunday. Then next Friday, I'll go down another quarter, and we'll be on our way to, getting off. It's going to happen before the series.
Doing it that way, you should be good because you still have it in your system. So
yeah, and listen, every time you drop a quarter, it's like less opioid connected to your spinal cord. See, I didn't know the opioid receptors connect to your spinal cord, so it gives signals of extra pain because it's lacking what it's been used to for 10 years. And so what your body, it aches, it hurts, it feels like the world's coming to an end, but I'm ready and I'm strong. And
luckily that shit's only temporary.
I'm not turning back this time. In other words, no matter what happens, I don't care if I'm screaming in my bed for a week. I'm not turning back. Now,
well, the way you're doing that's not going to happen. Like I did it cold turkey, and I went 2.5, 3.5, 4 days, and then couldn't take it no more and popped a few pills. But doing it the way you're doing it, you won't experience that.
Yeah, like I had a friend that was hooked on Ambien that was taking like 5 a day, and quit cold turkey, and that person was dealing with severe anxiety, and can't go out of the house, can't leave, can't talk to anybody, and I looked it up, and the number one side effect of quitting Ambien cold turkey is severe anxiety. So it says it's going to last 2 weeks. And it's been 2 weeks, and they're still suffering from the same anxiety. So I hope.
Does he got money?
I hope this person gets better. What's that?
That person that is withdrawn from the Ambien, like, there's places that fucking will sedate you for a week, and you just fucking lay in a bed under sedation to like withdraw from shit like that.
Oh, really?
But yeah, shit like that's
Well,
expensive.
unfortunately, I didn't know about the side effects and that person had got off the Ambien until a couple days ago, and it's been 2 weeks. So you've gone 2 weeks dealing with the severe anxiety. It's only going to last a few more days. You know what I mean? Because it says it takes 2 to 3 weeks, and you'll have the anxiety for. So I pray for that person, and I just.
Yeah, that's a crazy thing to get hooked on. I only knew one person that used to take.
I never even heard of it really until I met this person.
If you take it and fight to sleep.
Well, what they do is supposedly when you take lots of Ambien, it makes you feel really good. Like if I took two Ambiens, I'd be sleeping for 2 days. Yeah,
exactly.
But I guess once you fight off the sleep and you take more and more, it's like you get high off it, I guess. I have no idea. I just never even heard it.
I'd probably fucking die if I took 2 Ambien. I got sleep apnea. I got fucking respiratory depression.
I couldn't even see somebody hooked on Ambien. It's just really weird. But at least they're working hard to get off it, and
exactly.
And that's
all that matters.
Yeah. Yeah, I know you see a bunch of dots on my forehead. Of course you do. There's a fucking 40 of them removed, you idiot. So,
what were they, like skin tags or something?
They were like pimples, but were really hard under the skin. So you can't pop them, right? And I forgot what they're called. And then under my eye, they look like empty pus pockets. Like it was really weird. I don't know what the fuck. I forgot what they're called, man. But I had 40 of them removed, and there's like 15 more they want to have removed. They want me to go down in a month and do it. So I'll probably do it. But now my face is going to look, because she told me she can't believe I'm 55. She's like, wow, your skin looks so good. You look like you're 40. Right? And I'm like, yeah, that's because I don't drink. I've never drank, and I've never been out in the sun, Like the sun and drinking will make your skin look like shit.
Yeah, sun will fuck your shit up.
Dude, I know girls that are 30, 31, 32 that look like they're 50.
Wrinkled to fuck.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have a wrinkle on my face. You look under my eyes, not a wrinkle under my eyes. you know. And so, you know, I try and stay looking young, and I've never had any work done. This is the first time I've had anything done. But honestly, I didn't even know about it till like a month ago. And then I just happened to be looking in the mirror. I'm like, what the fuck are this shit, all these bumps under my eyes? And I just looking at them. And then I'm looking. I knew I had a couple bumps on my nose, which are now, they got rid of them. And I used to always try and like squeeze them, but you can't squeeze them. All it does is cause scars if you do that shit.
Yeah,
So,
bad idea.
Yeah, so I had that done. Dude, they make $1,350 for an hour's work to take 40 fucking bumps off your face. Man, that's a lucrative fucking business, man.
Yeah, no shit.
You know, like I remember one of my doctors back in the day said, you know, I fucking busted my balls going through medical school to become a doctor. I should have just become a plastic surgeon. They make 100 times more money than me, you know. And it's true.
Sounds about right.
Because everybody's vain. I could never be vain. But when I look in the mirror and I see things in my face that I didn't like, and I never noticed them, and because I don't look in the mirror. I'm not the type of person that looks in the mirror, right? I just happen to be shaving one day, and I'm looking in the mirror, and I'm like, well, what the fuck are these, right? And so then now once you notice them, every time I'm looking in the mirror, like, are there more of them? Where are they coming from? You know what I'm saying? So I've been trying to get rid of them for a while.
I wish I could say the same. I'm pretty vain myself. I went to the dermatologist last week, so I've been on testosterone for coming up on a year now.
Mm-hmm.
And
do you like it?
Side effects of it, yeah, I feel a lot better.
Yeah.
But I've never had acne a day in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And acne is a big side effect. So it was.
Well, I know that's why they said when Mike Piazza got put in the Hall of Fame, they're like, that motherfucker was on juice too. Took his shirt off. There was 8 million acne pimples on his back.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's my chest and my back are fucking full.
That's why I fucking hate baseball. They pick and choose who juiced and who didn't juice. You know.
Yeah, I hear you.
But their Hall of Fame's an embarrassment. Imagine the best home run hitter of all time, maybe the best baseball player of all time, Barry Bonds, and the best hitter of all time, Pete Rose, not in the Hall of Fame. You know. They're a joke. They're all about old men politics bullshit. But you know.
How is I seen a video they made online at HCL, I guess, about just kind of like talking shit. You left so much money on the table.
Yeah, I don't care what they say. What do I care? All
the
people they act like I don't know. Okay, now I could tell you what I tell my friends. I'm not afraid to admit it. You know, I was up 73,000. Chris is very hard player to play against deep. I didn't know he had a set of deuces. You know, I mean, I first of all I should have led, but like once I didn't lead, I don't know he has a set. He's labeled check raise boogie with like 9-10 or 5-7 or 7-4. I know how he plays. You know what I'm saying? So.
I didn't see the video to watch the rest
the truth of the matter is when you're up 70,000, you know, I was more than happy to pick up the 15,000 once I didn't bet the flop. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get unlucky and lose $70,000 or $100,000 pot. You know what I'm saying? And so I played it on the side of caution, and if people don't like it, go fuck themselves. You know what I mean?
Exactly. A lot of the people that talk shit about that don't make $70K in a year.
Exactly. You know, and listen, like I said, I've been playing poker 27 years. You think I don't know when I fucking misplay a hand? You think I don't know that I know against Chris I'm supposed to lead that flop? You know, and once I don't lead the flop, I'm fucked. You know, I can't just flat 6,000, my hands face up.
Yeah, when I could see both of the cards watching it after the fact, you know what I mean? It's very easy to draw a conclusion and have a fucking opinion. But
the thing that honestly, one of the things that bothered me the most were people texting me like, oh, Chris is an idiot. He never folds to anything, and he folds a set to you. He must be cheating. I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind? I'm like, the way I played it, if you have any fucking half a brain, You could get rid of bottom set
got
there.
it there. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, like, I put myself by not leading the flop in a bad spot where I thought 3-betting a dry board would be a much better chance of getting paid than check, bet 2,000, raise 6,000, flat 6,000. What am I flatting 6,000 with on a deuce 6-8 board? When I ain't put over 3,000 in the pot without the nuts all day. You know what I'm saying? So
How did the action go on the turn?
He checked. I bet 15,000 into 26,000, and he spent like 6 minutes and folded. And I knew he was going to fold.
Yeah, you're so polarized in that.
I'm polarized. Once I don't bet the flop, I'm polarized.
What bluff do you ever have?
You know, and look, you could have flatted the turn, dude. A flat on the turn, to me, it turns my hand even more face up than somebody who 3-bets the flop on a deuce 6-8 rainbow. You know, like that is such a dry board. What about, you know? It just looks weird. Why would I 3-bet top set? You know what I mean? I just felt once I didn't bet the flop, I had almost zero chance of getting paid. And like he said, I shouldn't even have gave you the other 7,000 I gave you. And he's right. You know, I was fucked. I take responsibility. You think I'm an idiot? These people think I'm an idiot. Play poker every day of my life.
You're an idiot all they want.
You know?
There was one hand you played against that older Asian dude where you had kings full. He put in like 45, 50% of his stack, and then
he put in 90% of his stack. He had 2K left. There was he put in like 8,500 with 2K behind. Like,
totally normal to just rip it there. You're never
because like if he has any pair, he has to call. Like, unless he has complete ace-10 like he had, right? If he has like 8-7, even 2-5s, right? Even if he has 2-5s, he's got to call. He's getting like 15-1 on his money. So I was
exactly.
You know, I can't just check the river for like 2,000 more. I mean, whatever.
No, I'm not mad at you there.
No, I'm going to tell you the hand. I was mad that I didn't lead the big hand. There was the hand late in the day where I knew Chris had nothing. When he check raised me in the ace-5-9 board and to 4,000, and I called. And I told myself, if it doesn't come 6, 7, or 8, whatever he bets on the fucking turn, I'm putting them all in. Okay? I already made him up my mind. And it came a 7, and he bet 16. He bet 2x pot 16,000. And I just said to myself, I know I'm good, right? But it came inside. You told yourself if it comes inside, you're just going to let him take it. And that I was a little upset at myself because what hand does he have, right? We're playing the ante game. He limps. I make it 500. Like he calls. Like he's the most aggressive player at the table. He's raising all ace-5s. He's raising all 5s. He's raising all 9s. He's raising all ace-9s. So I know he doesn't have anything. So in my mind, he's got like 6-8, 7-8, you know, or nothing, right? And a 7 came inside. So I'm thinking, okay, he could have hit his gutter ball, or he has a pair and a gutter. And there's like fucking 8 minutes to go in the day, dude. I'm up like 90K. You know, what if I'm wrong and I lose a fucking 50K pot? You know what I'm saying?
I don't blame you for doing that in that spot. Like,
that hand bothered me because a little bit because I knew he didn't have it. You know what I mean? But it's, and the thing is and I'll be the first to admit it, right? It's like when you make a mistake in poker, right? Or like poker's one long game, right? So you're supposed to play every hand correctly, no matter what you're winning or losing, okay? But there comes a point where you buy in for 12K and you've got 95,000 in front of you, and there's 10 minutes to go in the end of the day. Now, you're supposed to play poker correctly, you know, when I misplayed the set of 8s by not leading. And it's not always a lead. It's a lead when Chris is in there, because if you weak lead the flop, they can put you on an 8, they can put you on a middle pair of 6s, but you got to balance, you weak lead the nuts, you weak lead, bad hands or whatever. But I know it's a lead. I told myself to lead the flop, so it's very frustrating I didn't do that, But towards the end of the night, when Chris raised me 4,000, I called the 4,000. I said he's got nothing, and I told myself just anything but a 6, 7, or 8, no matter what he fucking bets, I'm calling, and I'm calling him down. And it came a 7, and he bet 2x pot, and I said, you're up like 85,000. There's like 4 minutes left in the day. And I was like, I'll let him steal that one.
Yeah,
for
just
me.
let him have it. Like in that spot where you were talking about leading on that turn or whatever, or leading flop,
yeah.
having balance in that situation doesn't really matter because you're not playing enough with him to where you really need to be balanced.
But I play with him every day, and I play with him every day in my private game. So it does matter.
Okay, I got you.
So me and him have lots of history, and I know how he plays against me. That's why I'm supposed to lead. If I don't know him, I get it. Okay, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. Like me and Chris, like we played till 7 this morning. Okay, and we played a lot of big pots, And so when you play a lot of hours with somebody, I know his game to a T. He knows my game to a T. So I try and do things differently in different hands against Chris because you have to, because he's a very good player. So knowing Chris, him being in the pot, I told myself this is a flop that probably hits Chris. I should weak lead this flop, and I didn't do it. And for that, it cost me $33,000. And I could deal with it because I know I don't need. And of course, like the solver GTO guys will say, no, you didn't do anything wrong by leading. You should have just flatted the 6,000. Well, that's where the solver GTO idiots don't understand table image. My image was super nitty tight, especially the last half hour. I was really not playing many hands because I had a big win and I didn't want to give it away. And so if I flat the 6,000, my hands just turn face up. By 3-betting, it's probably turn face up, but it's got a better chance of not being turned face up than me calling 6,000. So once I check the flop, I'm just fucked in no man's.
By 3-betting, you could have more bluffs in there.
Correct.
Flatting.
Dude, flatting 6,000 when you have 1,000 invested in the pot on a deuce 6-8 board, like he knows I don't do that. He knows I don't just flat with big draws for like 5x pots on the flop.
Flat open-ended, and that's fine.
Dude, I'm never open-ended. Dude, he knows my game. So once I check the flop and he goes bet raise, I'm like, motherfucker, I am fucked here, right? So now I take about a minute and I'm trying to figure out what is the best way. I know I can't flat. Flat is now out of the question because he'll just, no matter what he has, he's check folding, right? And I said, well, if I make it small re-raise here, I could have 6s and 8s, right? Because who in God's name is going to 3-bet top set on a deuce 6-8 rainbow? So if I have 6s and 8s, and maybe he does have a bottom set or middle set or a straight draw, like even if he has a double gutter, right?
Live time, what did you think he had in that position?
I thought he had a 4-5. I thought he had a double gutter. I thought he was check raising boogie with a double gutter. And I thought to myself, well, if I make it 7,000 more, he's getting the right price to hit it.
That's the call, right?
To hit it, and I extract at least 7,000 more out of the hand. You understand what I'm saying? Where, of course, if I know he has a set, I just check back turn and I just get all the money, right? So, but when the jack comes and it's a spade, and if I have him on 4-5 and 5-7 and none of those are spades out there, he could have 5-7 of spades, 4-5 of spades, whatever the other open-ender was, 7-9 of spades, because there's no spades on the board. And I'm like, there's 26K in the pot. I'm going to bet 15 here and make them pay for it. So listen, I fucked up by not leading. After I didn't lead, I knew exactly what I needed to do. And there's nothing really I could do. And the fact that he got away from the hand, kudos to him for getting away from the hand.
That's a tough hold in that spot.
Okay, but again, we play hundreds of hours together. So I was sick to my stomach when I went bet raise because I know Chris knows if I flat the 6,000, my hands face up. I just know it. And so the people that say, well, once you check, you still got a flat. You still got a flat. Well, good for you guys. You don't play with them every day. I do. Instead of saying like, dude, the mistake was made by not weak leading the flop. Okay, when you're up against aggressive players that like to raise you when they have over pairs or they think you're weak, you must lead the flop. Like I lead the flop. I lead the flop there with 4-5. I lead the flop there with 5-6. I lead the flop there with 7-9. I lead the flop there with 7-8. I lead the flop there with all my sets because that balances my range against him. From ever being able to take me. Do you understand what I'm saying? So
yes.
I told myself to lead and I didn't do it and I was sick about it. And it's a 33,000 mistake that by not leading. And I don't want to hear anybody else that knows anything. They think they know about poker. Oh no, nothing to do with lead. You just should have flatted the fucking flop. Well, I'm telling you, I played enough hours with fucking Chris. If I flat 6,000, my fucking hands face up. Okay, my hand was going to be face up no matter what. And in my mind, once I don't lead, I got an extra 7,000 and I'm happy. So there you go.
There you go, exactly.
That's all we have to say. So anyways, thanks for calling. Have a good weekend.
Yeah.
And you watch any college basketball? Because I don't.
No, not at all.
I'm looking forward to the tournament. I do watch the tournament.
It
is fun to watch. So. All right, my man. Have a great weekend. Thanks for calling. Take care.
Thank you.
702-329-0480. Give us a call. We can talk about poker. We can talk about NFL free agency. We can talk about anything you want. What's up, man? Welcome to Mouthpiece. How's it going?
Hi. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm really good. Who's this?
This is Mike.
What's up, Mike?
Yeah. I have a question for you.
Sure.
What do you think about deaf people, like in general, like when it comes to poker? Do you think that deaf people, like, should the poker industry should have more deaf people involved?
Well, just have more of every people involved. Whether it doesn't matter whether you're deaf, blind, whatever. I know a lot. Hal Roboski, who died, I think, a year or two ago. He was blind. Played with him for 20-something years. Deaf people, they read people's lips very well. So when the dealer says raise 400, they know exactly what the bet is. They're very in tune to what's going on in the game. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I mean, I know one person who is deaf, and I'll tell you what, I wish I was as sharp as that one person was. They're very sharp because, they have to learn sign language. They have to read lips. And they're great at it, And listen, anybody that deals with any disability, I feel bad for, I was lucky my whole life to not have a disability, and now I have a disability, and in life you fight through things and you try and make the best of it, and I care about everybody, and I care about everybody in the world, and the world becoming a better place, and God bless everybody.
Yeah. I was just wondering because, like, I was born. I'm born deaf. I was born like 95% hearing loss, both ears.
Oh, so
I
how
have
are you able to hear me now?
Bilateral cochlear implants. So I have cochlear implants in both ears.
Oh, nice.
And yeah. It was it's technology. It's amazing.
How long ago were you able to
yeah.
put those in your ears?
So I was implanted when I was 12, 12 and 12 on the left side, my left ear, and then the right ear, which when I was 17.
Oh, nice.
And
How old are you now?
I'm 33
Oh, okay.
years old right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
So when they put those in your ears, it was life changing, right?
Yeah. I mean, it is. I'm still disappointed, somewhat. It's just I don't know if it's psychology or if it's just hearing loss in general.
Mm-hmm.
But I know there are some deaf people that are actually successful.
Yeah.
Whether it's cochlear implants or not.
Yeah.
They're like 100% successful. As for me, I'm just kind of struggling.
I'm sorry to hear that.
But yeah, I'm just struggling right now. I'm trying to. I feel like I'm really good at the game at poker in general. But it's just the.
What do you when you play live poker? What do you struggle the most with?
I think sometimes I struggle with making hero folds because like I can over misread an opponent. He can. Some of these people are really good at acting.
Yeah.
Like very.
No, but
very,
what
very good.
part of your hearing disability impairs you the most when you're playing live poker?
Maybe trying to catch what people are trying to say. Like maybe if they're maybe they actually have the best hand, and maybe they might try to say something to try to bluff.
Gotcha.
Or
Gotcha.
maybe I like their acting like they're bluffing or whatnot.
Do you play online poker at all?
Mostly online. I just do online, but
is that easier for you? Is that easier for you to play online?
Given this certain financial situation, it's best. It's playing online right now is best. I try to play live as much as I can, but it's kind of unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah, listen, I played live this week, and I realized, because I'm a very outgoing person, how much my body needs to be around people. And when I lay in this bed all week and play online or whatever, it's really unhealthy. So I'm going to keep trying to go out, trying to play a little bit more live poker. I enjoy live poker. I enjoy being around people. And when I'm around people for a whole week, I'm in a great mood. I'm very happy. I'm not depressed. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really in a good place right now in my life. I don't remember at any point in my life where I feel as good as I feel today. Like not I'm still dealing with the pain, but like mentally and even physically. Like since my injury 10 years ago, I think like this week was one of the better weeks of my life as far as pain goes. And the fact that these pain pills are getting out of my body, and yeah, I'm in pain every time I drop a quarter pill and my body starts to withdraw, and I have like 48, 72 hours of withdrawal, but I'm going to do this. And when the World Series starts this year, I'm going to be eating good food. I'm going to be having very little medication in my body, and maybe I don't give away 2 bracelets because my medication's off a hair. You know what I mean? Because I know I gave 2 away last year, so I'm pretty happy.
Yeah. What happened 10 years ago? Like, I think I read something in Wikipedia, like where you.
I had a severe spinal cord injury. It's a very long story. When my documentary comes out May 1st, the poker world will probably get a better grasp of my life and what I deal with every day just to kind of cope. But it's a long story. I can't really. It's so long I can't really go through with it. But the best I could do is tell you is I had an injury from something that happened in 2008 that I knew nothing about. I was playing poker at the Bicycle Club Casino in 2014. The chair broke. I went straight to the ground. My spinal cord was almost severed. I was almost paralyzed. They had to do immediate surgery within the next 2 months. And I have been recuperating ever since. So that's kind of the gist of it. And had to learn how to walk again, and had to learn how to do lots of things in life that I never thought I'd have to learn.
Yeah. But do you feel like it interferes, like with your poker career? Like,
I think that if I never had my injury, I would have a minimum of 3 more bracelets today, which, whatever. And but if I didn't have my injury, who knows if I would be the person I am today. I played the fucking nosebleed poker games no matter how much money I had. I bet nosebleed sports no matter how much money I had. And hitting rock bottom, losing everything. I got money management. I got game selection. I bet I don't bet more than $1,000 on a game on a sporting event, and I bet maybe a couple games a week. I don't have any leaks anymore. If my injury never happens, maybe I'm fucking got $1 million one day and broke the next, just like I have my whole life, instead of moving forward and having a good life and realizing I don't need tens of millions of dollars. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I 100%. I admire you. I mean, your 2004 run. That was amazing. Like, with your trash talking with the other guy.
Yeah. And that was another thing too about being off Adderall, right? Like, Adderall makes you focus and it makes you really quiet, right? And playing like at HCL this week, I was really able to be my own self 'cause I'm not on Adderall. So I do have ADHD and I get hyper and I talk a lot. So, I took a Red Bull and I was fucking busting balls all week and talking lots of shit. And I felt like the old me, you know what I mean? And when you take Adderall, it focuses you, and you get really quiet, and you're just watching the game at all times. And so I think that I'm going to try. I'm going to see how much poker I play over the next couple of months to not go back on Adderall, because I think it could definitely be a crutch. But I do believe I do need it, because anybody that knows me sees my hyper. When I get really hyper, and mostly in the mornings, I'm really hyper. But I definitely have ADHD, but to what extent? If I'm able, listen, I won NBC Head Up without being on Adderall. That was my goal. That was my accomplishment of NBC Head Up. They ask you, what made NBC Head Up one of the best, if not your biggest accomplishments in poker? I'm like, Well, I decided I'm going to play the whole tournament without being on Adderall, and I wanted to see if I could do it, and I did it. Yeah. You know what I mean? But once I had the injury, and I'm on gabapentin that makes your whole brain cloudy, and opioids that make your whole brain cloudy, I had to take Adderall to focus. Well, if I could get off the opioids, then I could think about the gabapentin in the future. You know what I mean? They say they don't believe I'll be able to get off gabapentin. I think I will be able to get off gabapentin, or at least I'm going to try. And if I can't, I can't. You know, every time I've ever dropped one pill of gabapentin, the nerve pain in my body was so severe. So, but maybe the last time I went from 3 a day, so I was taking 300 milligrams 3 times a day, and I dropped one whole pill. So I dropped 900 milligrams. So of course my whole body, the nerve pain was really bad. Maybe if I only drop one gabapentin pill every 7 or 8 days, maybe I'll be able to get off that too. So I'm trying to better myself, and everybody in the world every day should try and better themselves. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to pay off the few remaining debts I owe. I'm trying to get rich, and I'm trying to better myself and become a better person. And I'm gonna have that done by the end of the year. So that's it.
Yeah. What would happen to you, like if you were to just quit all the pills, like cold turkey?
Oh, God, I would spasm really bad. My body would convulse.
Wow.
When I took down a half a pill once in a week, which is way too much, I went into severe spasm. I was shitting myself. It was really bad. So this time, and I've tried many a times to get off. I like even dropping a quarter pill. Right? I've never gotten this far. This is already the farthest I've already gotten. And so the fact that I've gotten this far tells me that I could do it. And I have not come this far to turn around now. In other words, I took 3 Percocets a day. I'm down to 2. There's no turning back, okay? No matter how much pain I'm in, whether I could get off the mat, whether I could get out of bed, I don't care. I'm not turning back until I'm off all of them. And if I'm off all the pain pills and my body is screaming in pain that I need a pain pill because the damage in my body is that severe, then I'll go back on pain pills. But I am going to get this done because I'm a very strong-minded person. When I put my mind to something, I do it. And I am on a mission. So that's it. You know, that's really what I'm going to do. I appreciate the call, my friend.
I was just going to ask, like with the as far as trying to get another bracelet, like, are you still 100% determined to get another bracelet?
Yes. And I should have had it last year. I don't want to get it this year. And that's why I've started this thing with my body 3 months in advance, because I'm on a mission. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm preparing for the World Series of Poker 3 months in advance to not make the mistakes I made last year. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's all I could do.
Yeah. What other events are you going to try to get into besides?
I'll be playing probably 25 to 35 events. I play all the mixed games. Very little no limit. I'll play probably 4 or 5 no limit events. The rest will be all mixed games. Only because mixed games, the people aren't as good. The competition isn't as good as it is in Hold'em. And a lot of great mixed game players, but I think I know something about tournament mixed games that other people don't, and I've been successful at it. And I don't know, I've probably made 15 final tables since my injury. I just haven't gotten one, you know. But look at Daniel, hasn't won one since 2012 in Las Vegas. And he plays 3 times as many tournaments as I do. They're not easy to win. And so I've been telling him for years, you're playing too many events, you're playing volume, you're not playing quality. And this year, he made up his mind, quality over quantity. And he's already won 1 and final table 3. And I do believe Daniel will win a bracelet this year, because you can't just go from the 50K to the 1500 to the 600 to the 3K to the 25K to the 100K to the 10K every other day and think you're going to win a bracelet. And he's finally listened. And Daniel's very stubborn, but he also is smart. And I believe that the adjustments he's made in his life, that he's going to win one this year. And I think I'm going to win one too. So we'll see.
Yeah. What you said, like the quality of WSOP tournaments. Where do you think that most people would find the quality? Would it be like mixed games, or? Well,
when I say quality, it means like picking the events that are most suited for you, where you're the most rested. Last year, because I got a room there, I went from tournament to tournament to tournament instead of like normally when I go to the end of day 2 of a tournament, I take the next day off. Well, this year I'm going to have a room there. When I get to the end of day 2 or 3, instead of going down and playing another event, I will take the next day off and I'll lay in my room. So, and I know all the mistakes I made last year, what caused them, and I'm working to try and figure them out. But hey, I appreciate the call. I got other callers. Have a great weekend. Thank you for calling, and check back in next week. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thank you. All right. 702-329-0480. I don't know. I haven't been paying attention. The chat is Brandon going crazy? Probably has. Who knows? 702-329-0480. We'll take a couple more phone calls today. And we have really nothing else to do. We'll take more if you guys want. We talk about the NCAA tournament. We could talk about poker. We could talk about NFL free agency, what a blitz that is. I cannot believe the Bears were only able to get a 6th-round pick for Justin Fields. I don't even know how that's possible. Basically, they're saying this guy sucks shit and he's awful. And I originally coming out said he was going to be a flop. And I thought he's terrible. And I watched him play, and I think he's got a tremendous upside talent. And he's had 3 offensive coordinators, and I don't even understand how nobody wanted Justin Fields for more than a 6th-round pick. What are the Raiders going to do? They obviously are moving up to draft a quarterback. I'm presuming McCarthy. I have no idea. I don't understand how not one team. Do you understand what a 6th-round pick is? A 6th-round pick is like a pick that is like 10% to make the NFL. Like if you don't think Justin Fields is one of the 32 teams in the NFL, or is there 6? How many teams are in the NFL? Yeah, 32. You don't think he's one of the 64 best quarterbacks? I mean, he's going to back up Wilson. Well, Wilson sucks. I don't know. Who knows, man? Doesn't even make any sense for me. I don't know what events are in the Vegas. I know eventually we're going to have the Final Four here. I don't know. I haven't looked at what regionals are in Las Vegas. I really don't know. Well, they said Russell Wilson is starting no matter what. I made a bet with a guy for 2K that Fields would beat out Wilson. And then they said, no matter what, Wilson's going to be the starter. So I was a little shocked that they're not going to have a competition because I think Fields is better. Who knows? 702-329-0480. What do you guys want to talk about? We're not going to talk about anything fake that Brandon brings up that has already been debunked. But I do have if you guys watched on Twitter, I did finally, I put out a list of of all the Trump hoaxes that the media is pushing. And the list has been updated. So for all you guys that don't know the mainstream media hoaxes. So the updated hoax quiz are, you have to ask yourself, how many of these hoaxes do you still believe in? The Russia collusion hoax, that's the original. The Steele dossier hooker story. The Russia pays bounties on U.S. soldiers hoax. The Trump called neo-Nazi fine people hoax. Trump suggested drinking bleach hoax. The Trump overfed the koi fish in Japan hoax. The Trump cleared protesters with tear gas for a Bible photo op hoax. Hunter's last stop was Russian disinformation hoax. The election was fair because no court found major fraud. January 6th was an insurrection to overthrow the government. Trump tried to grab the steering wheel of the beast hoax. The border troll whipped illegal border crossers hoax. Trump stored nuclear secrets at Mar-a-Lago hoax. I don't know. There's so many. I could just go down and there's like another 30 of them, but I don't even. NATO funding hoax. The Twitter didn't shadow ban hoax. Twitter hate speech got worse under Musk hoax. And then the new one. Trump vowed there'd be a bloodbath if he's not reelected hoax. When everybody who saw the video saw it, he's told the auto industry will be a bloodbath if he's not reelected. But this is what they do. They just make shit up. This is why people, it's not that they don't want to be Democrats. They don't want to be involved with people that just lie and make up shit. So many, let's see. Oh, Russia is losing to Ukraine hoax. Oh, Trump killed Navalny hoax. Putin blew up his own pipeline hoax. Let's see. Russia is behind the anti-vax movement hoax. The Hamilton 68 hoax. The embassy sonic weapon hoax. Let's see how many more hoaxes are there. There's so many more. I don't know where to go. I just read you off a list of 20 hoaxes. They've all been debunked. So you can look them up yourself because they've all been debunked. So I don't want to talk politics today. I am not a Trump guy, but I am an anti-media guy. I love when the Don Lemon's show got canceled in one day this week. And Don Lemon's first interview was the Elon Musk. And he fucking tried to ask him CNN questions and be a jerk off to him. And he told him you were fired. That was pretty funny. It's just funny. Yo, welcome to the Mouthpiece. This is Mike.
How you doing, Mike? I was looking for you last night and Friday night. Found you tonight.
Yeah, I was going to be, I got home late Thursday. I got home Thursday morning at like 5 a.m. Didn't go to sleep till 8. And then I fucking slept till like midnight. And then we were going to be on yesterday. And then I got involved I slept late, started a poker game. Danny went golfing. So we figured we'd be on today instead of yesterday, which I think ended up working good because we got a really good crowd today. A lot of people listening.
Right on. I caught you tonight. This is Stephen from Wisconsin. I wanted to...
Good, Stephen. How you doing, man? So what's been going on, man? What's got any questions for me? What's going on in your mind?
Just NFL free agency. I wanted to...
Yeah, let's talk about it. Who do you think did the best?
Well, I don't a Packers fan. I'm not sure how great.
Let's talk about the Packers. Like, how do they? Maybe I'm crazy, but how do they think Josh Jacobs is better than Aaron Jones?
I'm kind of scratching my head at that too.
Dude, Jones went off. Jones went off the last 5 weeks of the season and the playoffs. What did Josh Jacobs do?
I didn't really notice anything of him last
Exactly. When I saw that, I'm thinking, what the fuck are the Packers doing? Like, why wouldn't you want to re-sign your own? Like Jones. I mean, this guy was a monster the last 5 weeks in the playoffs. He was fucking unstoppable. Josh Jacobs averaged 3 yards a carry and was a bum all year for the fucking Raiders. Yeah. What else have the Packers done? Have they signed anybody else?
I think Dylan might be coming back. I know they were talking about he was gone, and then Jones was gone. They got Jacobs, and now there's talks of Dylan maybe coming back. I can't think of anybody else that they really picked up. I know they lost Devondre Campbell too.
Yeah. Well, I think the Packers are a possible Super Bowl team. I think that they were the best team in the NFC at the end of the year. I think they beat the 49ers 99 out of 100 times. I don't know how they lost that game. I watched, I watched Detroit look great. They had the Niners just beat also. I don't know how they lost the game. And the Niners had the Kansas City beat. Like, the Niners are going to lose that game 1 out of 100 times. So the NFC looks strong. I was a little shocked by Aaron Donald's retirement at such a young age.
That surprised me too.
I don't believe it. I think he might take a year off and then come back. I mean, you can't be the best defensive player or second best. I think the guy from Kansas City, Jones, is probably the best right now, but and quit in the middle of your prime. He might even come back before the beginning of next year, especially for a Rams team that retooled so fastly. They had the youngest team in the NFL, and for them to really be, they had Detroit beat. I mean, they went 405 yards up and down the field on them. They're close. They're close. Green Bay's close. Detroit is close. That whole Detroit, Green Bay, Rams, Frisco, they're all close. I don't think Philly has done anything, to really. I like the fact they got Barkley. I think Saquon Barkley is a once-in-a-generation talent that was running behind an awful offensive line. We don't know how good the Philly offensive line is going to be without Jason Kelsey. So, yeah. So, but I think that's a really good pickup for Philly. I don't know what Dallas is doing. They've added nobody and gotten worse, if you ask me.
Skip Bayless is losing his mind.
Well, he's right. He's right. They're like, we're all in next year. All in. You let Gallup go. You let the running back go. Pollard go. You let Van Der Esch go. You let the lineman go, the offensive lineman, and you've picked up nobody. What are they doing? Who the fuck knows? But they weren't anywhere close to Frisco last year, or even Green Bay or the Rams. I mean, they were all better. So I don't think Dallas is going anywhere. And there's been a different division winner every single year for the last 16 years in the NFC East. Depending on what the quarterback to Washington gets, they're going to be improved. I think they got a good coach, but he wasn't very good as a head coach when he was with Atlanta. So we'll see what happens, They're like, well, he was a Dallas defensive coordinator. Yeah, Dallas defense was great against bad teams. They were shit against good teams. So who the fuck knows, I think Harbaugh to the Chargers is a big pickup. I think that the Chargers are going to be good. I saw they gave Keenan Allen away for nobody. Yeah, he's 33 or 34, but he was still their best receiver.
Where'd he go, to the Bears?
Yeah. They're going to be good, man, the Bears. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a big Caleb Williams fan. I think they should have kept Justin Fields and traded down and just fucking loaded up on offensive line and defensive backs and another receiver. And, you know, I saw Trent Dilfer win a Super Bowl, one of the worst quarterbacks ever with a top defense.
That's right.
And a great O-line, you know. In this day and I mean, like Kansas City, okay, yeah, Patrick Mahomes is like the best quarterback, but what did he do? What did he do in the playoffs? The last 2 games, they had 3 touchdowns in 2 games. Like, they won because their defense was fantastic. You know what I mean? So you gotta build a team from the inside out, not the outside in. And I just think the Bears would have been better off. They could have got a boatload for the number 1 pick. They probably could have traded with Washington. They could have got their number 2, got Marvin Harrison Jr. Then they could have also got another first-round pick.
I think he's going to be.
Then they could have traded even down their number 9 for more. I think they're. I mean, I say it right now. Maybe I'm wrong. I think they're going to reek the day that they didn't keep Justin Fields and they went with Caleb Williams. I don't think he's that good. When has any quarterback for USC been any good, right? I mean, big deal. So he put up 40 fucking touchdowns. He was in the Pac-12, dude. Dude, everybody looked good in the Pac-12, you know? But honestly, I think Penix, the one from Washington, is better than Caleb Williams. I think he's the best quarterback in the draft. I mean, think about how Michigan mashed him in the face. And they were 1 holding penalty away from tying that game up. People don't realize that. That game was like 17-10, and he made that great reception to get him down first down at the 18-yard line, and the ref called the phantom holding penalty. You know, if they don't call the holding penalty, they're going to tie the game up, and who knows, maybe they win. And that's what the Michigan defense was unloading on that motherfucker. That guy was fucking getting battered and beaten. You know, I like him. I think he's a good quarterback. Should be interesting. I'm just really interested to see what the Raiders are going to do. Like, they're obviously going to move up and draft a quarterback. Who's it going to be? I think it's going to be McCarthy. I think it's going to be McCarthy because nobody realizes this. You know, Tom Brady owns a piece of the Raiders now, right? He's a minority owner.
Shit.
And Tom Brady tweeted out when Harbaugh said, McCarthy is the best quarterback in the history of Michigan. Tom Brady says, I agree. Okay. Now, Tom Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, right? So the greatest quarterback of all time says, I agree, and you own a minority piece of the Raiders, you have to think that the Raiders are going to do what they can to get McCarthy. That's the only thing I'm thinking. I don't.
On the wall.
Other than that, I really don't know. I thought it was really, I have a friend who's a diehard Viking fan, and he hates Kirk Cousins. And I said, buddy, next season, you're going to be calling and saying, Mike, can I suck dick to fucking get Kirk Cousins back? Okay? Because Kirk Cousins, before his injury, was playing the best football of his career. He led every category in the NFL those 5 straight weeks. When they started 1-4 and they got to 4-4, right? And then he got injured in that 9th game, or would have been when they were right. He was playing out of his mind. Even when they were 1-4, it wasn't on him; it was the defense. Kirk Cousins played great. I mean, I think he's really good. I think he brings Atlanta right to the top because that division is so weak. I mean, they have Bijan Robinson, they got Kyle Pitts, they got London, they got receivers, they got weapons. They need an offensive lineman, and they need.
Who was Atlanta playing with last year at quarterback?
Dude, they had Ritter and fucking Heineke. They had 2 fucking schlubs.
Bums.
So they're gonna he's like, well, we're gonna draft a quarterback. Well, who the fuck you gonna draft that's gonna be better that's going to be better than Kirk Cousins. You know, like, you got a team built to win now. You got the best receiver in the game. Like, you think a rookie quarterback is going to come in there? I mean, even if they get Bo Nix or Penix or McCarthy or whoever the fuck, like, there's no way he's going to be better than Cousins will be next year. Like, okay, even if you think Cousins is topped off and he has a ceiling, well, his ceiling is going to be better than any rookie quarterback, not named the guy from Texas, C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, C.J. Stroud. I didn't say shit. What he did last year was.
But everybody that had a brain knew that he should have gone number one. Anybody who watched the game between Ohio State and fucking Georgia in the semis when the dude threw for like 400 yards with like 2 incompletions, you knew how good he was. They drafted up Carolina to take a 5'9" quarterback. Like, yeah, okay, their offensive line will improve and Bryce Young will improve, but he's still a 5'9" quarterback in the NFL that gets every one of his passes knocked down. And he ain't fast enough. Like, he was fast against college rushers. Like, the NFL, but they're right on top of him by the time he knows it's coming, and it's I think Bryce Young might. I said it coming out of college. I think he's going to be a bust. I ain't never taken no 5'9" quarterback. You know, they could have got C.J. Stroud. He's 6'3" or 6'2". I think he's 6'3". It was a big mistake. I think it's a franchise-changing mistake, and Houston's just going to get better. I mean, wow, the fucking throws he threw last year. I mean, on the run, fucking just laying. I mean, he was good, man. He broke like every rookie record there was.
He was in the MVP conversation.
Yeah, sure was, man. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. You know, I'm not a big Russell Wilson fan. I don't think he does anything for the Steelers. But I think Justin Fields, under the right circumstances, is really good. I said coming out he was going to be a bust. Then I watched him play, and I don't care he hasn't won that many games, whatever. The coach gave away so many games. I watched this guy throw some great passes and I think he's a better runner than Lamar Jackson. And Lamar Jackson couldn't read a defense coming out of college. You know, he didn't read a defense until maybe a year ago, 2 years ago, you know, where he's gotten better. I think Justin Fields might get much better. So we'll see.
He might be the starting quarterback by the end of their season next year.
Well, that's what I said, but they said that no matter what, Wilson is starting, and I was shocked to hear that. I mean, I think you have a quarterback competition and you see who's best, but whatever.
I don't know. Russ in Denver, I thought.
And what's Denver? What are
thrive,
they?
But
well, he was terrible. Like, year one, he was awful.
He was.
Like, last year, okay, yeah, he had 25 touchdowns and 7 picks, and it sounds good, but he couldn't throw the ball downfield. He missed everybody. Like, all his touchdown passes were, like, short throw. You know what I'm saying? Like, every time he threw the ball deep downfield, he underthrew it, or he looks washed to me. I don't know. I mean,
that's
you
how
think
I feel.
You think the coach of Denver, like, said, fuck you, we'll eat $89 million to not play for us? Think about that. If that's not a red flag, what is? Right? He obviously, the locker room hated him, right? Like, what team pays $89 million to not play for you? You know? And my friend who's a Steeler fan, who we were ripping on Russell Wilson last year, now he's all excited. I'm like, why are you excited? Oh, so because you got Russell Wilson for $1.4 million for the year, right? And I'm like, well, so what? He's like, I'm like, well, you're paying Justin Fields $15 million, and you're paying Russell Wilson $1.4 million, but Russell Wilson's actually still getting $40 million. I don't know, dude. I think he's washed, but we'll see.
I think their offense is going to be
who they going to draft
in the last 3 years.
They're going to move up and get a quarterback. Who they going to get? Should be interesting. I think the best quarterback in the draft is Penix Jr. Maybe I'm wrong. I think the next best quarterback is McCarthy. I ain't drafted nobody that fucking plays. I mean, Caleb Williams, dude. The all he did is drop back in the fucking shotgun and throw the ball, and I don't know, man. They played hurry up, fucking throw it every down, and their defense was an abomination. Maybe he's good. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I don't think he's the guy from the Chargers. I don't think he's C.J. Stroud. I think he's got a big ego, and I think they're going to make a big mistake, the Bears. But we'll see. Nobody else wanted him. Can you imagine? Fields went for a 6th-round pick. I was sure he was going to go for a 2nd-round pick or maybe even a late 1st round. I can't even imagine a 6th. I couldn't believe it when I heard it. So, all right, my man. I appreciate the call. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. And thanks for listening. Have a good one, my man. Peace.
You too. Thank you. Appreciate the talk.
Welcome, man. All right, 702-329-0480. We talk poker. We talk football, politics, whatever you want. I'll take one more phone call. We've been going at this for, 2 hours already. Nice day. Well, time flies when you're having fun. Man, time flies when you're having fun. So, in case you missed the beginning of the show, first week of May, documentary. We're going to be running a movie theater in Las Vegas. We're going to have a premiere for it. It looks like I'm going on the WPT poker cruise. It's not for sure. I'm leaning 70-30, probably. Not positive yet. And we will see what happens. I'm not talking. Well, let's take this call. Welcome to the Mouthpiece, Mike. What's up?
Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Is this Mike the Mouse?
It is. What are you doing, my friend?
Big fan of you, man.
Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it, man.
Massive fan. Watching it lately on the streams.
Yeah, good, man. Yeah, it was a good stream. I had a lot of fun. I thought I brought a lot of energy to the stream, trying to make everybody laugh, have a good time.
Nice. You're a legend.
And that's, I felt like my old self. When I'm not on Adderall, Adderall makes me really quiet and focused. I was really able to have a lot of fun on the stream this week. And I think all 3 days, the numbers were up and people enjoy what they watched. And, people don't understand about poker. It's a reality show. So you have to make the best you can. You got to play the best poker you can, but you also have to make everybody happy and make it.
For sure.
And I think I did that. There's a few hands I misplayed. I want back, but people could rip on me or say whatever they want about hands I played. I'm a professional poker player. I know every single hand I misplay in my whole life.
What do you think of the hand that's what's his name? Chris folded deuces.
He folded it because I explained it earlier. I don't know if you were listening to the podcast earlier, but
I wasn't. Sorry.
Okay, yeah. Me and Chris have a lot of history. We play every day together. Okay, we play in a game together. And
private games.
Yes. And I should have led the flop. Once I don't lead the flop, I'm in no man's land. Once it goes 2,000 raised to 6,000, I can't flat to 6,000. My hand, to me, is face up. Okay? Right. Chris knows my game. Okay? I just felt if I just 3-bet it on the flop, it could be a draw. It could be 2-pair. It could be an overpair. Right. There's a lot of things it could be. Because who's going to 3-bet the flop with top set? I honestly knew that.
When he looked at you, I think he knew, like, you just cannot bluff me here. Like, it was one of those things, like.
I have no bluffs, right? But if I flat call the 6,000, I also my hands face up. So I
Right.
talked about it earlier. It's like against a guy like Chris, when I'm in pots with him, I love to lead pots, the nuts. I like to lead. I lead marginal hands. I lead the nuts. I lead lots of hands, you know. And I told myself to lead, and if I lead, I get his whole stack. You know, I'm going to lead 1,300. Boogie's going to call. He's going to make it 6,000. I'm going to call. He's going to bet 13 on the turn. I'm going to fucking him and ha, like fucking, what do you got, Chris? Are you on a draw? Blah, 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 blah. I don't know, Chris. I think I got you beat. I'm going to say that. I'm going to call. And the river's going to come blank. He's going to jam on me, and fucking I'm going to call, and I'm going to get a stack. But once I don't
I
bet
don't know if you agree with this. In my opinion, I think he's one of the better players, like one of the best on the site. I like on Hustler.
Of course he is. He's a world-class player.
He's got amazing moves. He knows when to fold. You know what I mean? Like,
Of
I think
course.
he's
Of course.
Yeah.
So like once I didn't bet the flop, which my gut said bet flop. Everything told me to bet. And when I didn't do it and went right 2,000, 6,000, I'm like, oh my fucking God, what do I do? You know, I can't flat. Chris has played 1,000,000 hours with me. If I flat, my hand's 100% face up. I thought if I make it 13 on the flop, I could get at least another 7.
right.
And I don't think, if I just call, I don't think I get another quarter. I think he even said I gave you 7 more than I should have.
Wow.
I actually didn't think he had a set. I thought he had a fucking draw, a combo, like a 7-9, 5-7, or a 4-5. And I thought that when I min clicked to 7 more, that he was deciding if he was getting enough of a price to call 7,000, that if he hits, he can stack me. And that's why I went big on the turn. Of course, if I know he has a set, I just fucking check back turn and I get all the money. You know what I mean?
So did you profit at the end of the stream? Because I didn't watch the whole thing.
Yeah, I won 83,000. It was like my biggest win in 17 years, dude.
Wow.
When you could book your biggest win in 17 years.
I've watched every single one of your videos from the old high stakes days, and those are legendary still today. I wanted to talk to you about something. It's probably not the normal conversation you probably have on the stream here, but I thought I'd just give you a call because I know you're a legend of the game, and I know you know the game really well. So the reason I called you today is, man, I gotta be honest with you. Poker has ruined my life.
Why?
In ways that what I'm about to tell you, Mike, and I'll keep it very kind of friendly here because I know it's you too. I've been to prison because of poker. What I mean by that is chasing money. You know what I mean?
So gambling has ruined your life. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, gambling has ruined my life. Till today, every dollar I make, man, it's going to gambling. It's giving me anxiety. It's ruined my life.
Well, I'm going to give you advice. I'm going to give you advice, and you can take it with a grain of salt, okay?
Yep.
Go to Gamblers Anonymous. I went when I had a video poker addiction when I was 21, and I went like 3 times, and these people are so sick that they made me look like fucking normal. And just the 3 visits to Gamblers Anonymous really changed my entire view on everything. It really helped me.
What do you mean video poker? What do you mean by that?
Oh, I used to take every quarter I made and lose it on video poker before I played professional poker. Whatever I made at work, if I made $150 a day, I walked home with nothing. I spent it all on video poker.
So to be honest with you, I've done rehab, like Gamblers Anonymous. I've done that.
You have?
I've done one-on-one counseling. I've done anything you could tell me. I have done it.
Okay.
It's affecting me so bad. Every time I get a paycheck.
Then I'm going to tell you right now, you're somebody that can't gamble at all. I think you're going to have to work on a job and not play any poker and live life without poker because, you know, like even Eric Lindgren, who used to be a complete degenerate, and he blew millions outside of poker. He went to Gamblers Anonymous, and you know, he talked about what can I do about not betting sports, not gambling on everything, but still being able to play poker. And he was able to do it. He was able to do it. And a lot of people are able to do it. but you sound like somebody that's not able to do it. And if you're not able to do it,
No.
I think that you should just tell yourself, it's kind of like me, right? Like with sports betting, like if I have a bookie that lets me bet, like even though I bet like $1,000 on a game here and there, like
Right.
that's my max. Like I'm only allowed to bet a certain amount. And if I ever lose 10K straight, then I can't bet for 6 months. We have rules, right? And so because I know I'm sick, and like if he gives me an account, I'm done. I'll blow everything. Okay. So I'm fortunate that I have a friend that's able to, where there's zero chance that I could go down the rabbit hole of betting sports again, you know.
So I guess you know where I'm coming from then, I guess. You know,
Yeah,
like,
of course. But see, it's not easy to separate like money management. Once I learned money management, game selection, knowing when to quit, not gambling big on sports, not like making huge prop bets. Like once I stopped doing that, like am I still able to pull the trigger? And for a while I wasn't. And I still think now I'm able to pull the trigger. So I've gotten a lot better. So, but I lost the ability to pull the trigger when Russ Hamilton was able to see all my hole cards in 2006 and 2007, 2005 when he was calling me to play him head up. So I had a lot of bad things that happened with that. But you know,
slow down on sports?
you got to know your weaknesses. Like, you know,
That is my
I know my weaknesses. Like the one day that me and Phil went off for 62,500 each playing in Baccarat, right? It's like even when he came to town last night, he goes, "Want to come meet me and we'll go 2,500 each?" I said, "No." I said, "We promised we'd never go more than 2,500 each, and I can't take a chance of going back down that rabbit hole." So once you know what your weaknesses are, if you can't control them, then you need to quit, man. And I'm you don't understand. I'm like not even like 10% the person I was 8 years ago. You know what I mean? And
what do you think, though? What do you think changed? Let me ask you this.
What changed me? Going broke changes you. You know, going broke and nobody there to help you out, and I live life in pain, and you realize like if you don't fix your leaks, you're going to be broke your rest of your life. There's no full tilt. There's no sponsorship money. You're an old man now, Mikey. You got to get it together. And and you know what really helped me is I got the spinal cord stimulator, which blocked about 80% of my pain, which allowed me to function in the world. And then I just said, okay, I can function now. Let's and I started off. Somebody was staking me. I had 10% of myself, then 15%, then 20, 25, 30, until I had all of myself. And it took me like 3 years. And I said, well, I'm not in no rush to get back on my feet. I just don't want to be in that spot where I had $100 a month to eat food on it. You know, I went from a multimillionaire to living on $100 a month to eat food. You know, it comes a time you have to have a wake up call. And then the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, getting the same result, right? And I would keep saying that over and over for year after year after year. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, getting the same result. And the bottom line is I quit. You know, I just got my life together, and I'm on track to accomplish all my goals. You know, and I'm still, it'd be nice to meet somebody and settle down and, be in a healthy relationship.
Are you in a relationship right now?
I just got out of one.
You just got it.
And
Okay.
the next person I date, I'm going to make sure is, I can't deal with craziness. I can't deal with people. I can't deal with people that give you your word on something and don't do it. That's the bottom line. You know, it's like Like when you tell somebody you're going to be somewhere, you be somewhere. You tell someone you're going to be somewhere at 9 o'clock, you're running 5 minutes late, you call. You know, you can't be with somebody that's not reliable. That's my biggest pet peeve in life. I don't really give a shit. I just can't. I can't deal with people that say they're going to do something and don't do it. I just can't.
So what? So let me ask you this: you know Tom Dwan so well. What do you think of all the allegations against him?
Who?
Tom Dwan.
Huh?
Sir?
Well, in 2007, when Tom Dwan was coming up and he had all the money, he had like $20 million.
Yeah.
He walked up to me at NBC, said, head up, I'll never forget it. He says, I heard you're telling everybody I'm going to go broke. And I said,
Right.
Yes, Tom, I am. I said, you're staking losers. You're gambling. He was playing 3-6-9,000 PLO with 10,000, 20,000 triple draw that he had no idea how to play. And he lost like 9.4 million in one night, right?
Tom?
Yeah. And it's like, so, and he only had like 20. And so,
what do you think of the allegations that everyone says he owes us money? You think that's true? That
I'm
is
sure
he the
it
type of
is.
guy that owes and doesn't pay?
I'm sure it is, you know. And you don't hear anything about me owing money because I go out of my way to make sure I make payments and pay people. Like for the longest time, up until 2019, whatever I won, I would pay 90% to people I owed. And then I'd lose 1 or 2 days and I'd go broke. So, you know, I made up my mind in 2019, I'm not paying anybody anything until I have $250,000 put away in the bank. You know what I'm saying? Because you need money to make money. You know what I'm saying? And this way, once I get money and I'm being able to be making money, everybody's going to get paid a lot quicker. And that's what I've done.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I owed $3.8 million at one point. Got out of debt. The last time I only owed 783, and I'm got that less than 6 figures now. So
Right. Nice.
Yeah.
Damn. So let me ask you this: when you were much younger, like when you take some big wins, do you ever go to like enjoy yourself?
Did I ever what?
Go to the spas and enjoy yourself, you know, have some good times?
No, unfortunately, no. They used to say, what do you do with all your money you make playing poker, Mike? I said, I play higher. And I did. And I didn't, you know, I had issues, man. And
how's your relationship with the I think it's Sean Shiki? I can't say his name. When you guys had that altercation on the table when I think it was telling you were telling him to be quiet or something like that. I forgot.
What's funny is these people in the chat, they're like, Mike wins big and still owes money. Listen, dude, you don't you don't sit there and win and then pay out everything you made and then you're fucking lose one day and you're broke, okay? I don't owe one person money that I've borrowed money from. Not one. The only people I owe money from is when somebody was staking me, we were playing big Chinese, and I owe Chinese poker debts. That's it. I don't know, and I owe a small amount to 2 bookies from 2009. And that's it. Wow. And they beat me out of like $6 million. So bookies are last on the fucking payroll. Okay? So, you know, as far as like people I borrowed money from, I owe nobody. Zero.
I'm with you, man. I hate owing debts. Like I pay right away. I play in private games too, Mike, like you. Once I lose, pay right away.
Yeah. You know, I can't even imagine.
My reputation is my balls is all I got in this world. You know,
I can't even imagine like all this money that Tom Dwan owes. I mean, like, and when you owe that kind of money and you're playing for millions of dollars, and he's probably got makeup figures. You know, just because you see him win $1 million on stream, like that probably doesn't even get him out of makeup. You know what I mean? So,
my opinion is he did it to guys that are very passive and not going to go after him, right?
Yeah,
you could
well,
not do that to
you
can't
can't
do that to a serious guy. You know what I mean?
I mean, but that's borrowing like money from people. Like I borrowed money from 2 people. Okay, both are paid in full. Like bookie debts from 15 years ago and Chinese poker debts. Like I got stiffed out of $1 million in Chinese poker money that I'm never getting, but I'm paying what I owe because I'm ethical. You know what I mean? So, you know, it is what it is. And you know, it's so funny. Like people don't understand the poker world. Like in the poker world, you don't publicly out people. If you,
Right.
in other words, new school doesn't understand this. Like, you know, I guess when Tom Dwan owes all this money and it starts to come to the forefront, you know, people get sick of it. You know, that's borrowed money. When you borrow money,
Do you think he has that in the Chinese games he plays in Macau?
well, I don't know what it's from, you know, and it's not my business. But I know that the people, by outing people in public,
Right.
like if somebody went and said, I owe so and so amount of money, and they call me names on Twitter and go public with them, you know what I would say to that motherfucker? You want to hurt me in public? Fuck you. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's kind of like, you know, in the old days, you owed money. The mobsters, what'd they do? They fucking shot you, right? But how do you get paid if you get shot, right?
I've been in the underground gambling scene for 20 years. I've seen a lot of bad things. I'll just keep it friendly here, so I know where you're going with that, right?
Yeah.
So,
But like,
right?
you can't.
Tom Dwan just did it to guys that are passive, and they're not gonna hurt him. They could be like he was literally playing on the same table as them, and he owes them money. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
like me, I could never do that. That's insane, man. And like I was talking to Patrick Antonius when he got screwed over by a bunch of people. I'm not going to name any
he's my
names.
countryman. Yes, Patrick.
And
Oh,
Patrick said to me, he goes, I can't even believe these people in America. He goes, if this shit happened in Sweden, he goes, they'd be, bye-bye, have a nice day. He's like, he can't even believe the shit that, you know, like, you know, I'm not going to name any names or what money it's owed to him, but like he's been fucked out of a lot of money. I have another, you know, listen, I have been paid back by people that were on the dead money list that I would have gave 5 cents on the dollar for. So you never know what could happen, you know? And
right. Do you play PLO, Mike?
Yeah, I play everything.
You play everything. How about 5 cards, 6 cards?
No, that's all fucking junk bullshit. No wonder why you're such a degen. Stay away from that shit.
I'm a big DJ.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike, I got some friends watching. Can you give a shout out to Mexico Farms? He's a big fan of you.
All right. Shout out to Mexico Farms, and thank you for listening to the podcast, and I'll talk to you next week.
Yeah, man. Hey, Mike. Anyways, it was nice talking to you.
You too.
Love you, man. Been big fan of you since day one. I still watch your videos by you like trolling people.
Yeah.
You're a fucking legend, bro. You're always the best, man. Anybody in this chat that has anything negative to say about this guy, you should be bound down when you see the master.
Thanks, brother. Later. Bye.
Take care, man.
Yeah. Yeah. So Brandon wants to say, well, Daniel outed me on the podcast. Well, Daniel was hurt. It was always over politics. And me and Daniel are very close friends now. I don't owe him a quarter, and we talk minimum of once a week. Me and Daniel used to be very, very close, and I like the fact that we're pretty close, a lot closer now than we've been in years. Him and my mom's, his mom and my mom used to be really close friends. You know, being able to square up with Daniel was good. You know, not owing anybody that I borrowed money from is good. I hate playing money on the stream because people know you have money or they think you have money, and then the phones start. Hey, Mike, you got 10,000 I can borrow. Mike, you got 5,000 I can borrow. I'm just, here we go again, you know. And you don't understand how the poker world works. And Daniel does not have TDS anymore. Actually, Daniel, he'll never vote for Trump, but Daniel seen reality, and like he knows, he has now seen all the lies. Like, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. And I'm very proud of Daniel that politically, like, yeah, he's always going to be a Democrat because he believes in certain values. But the fact that he sees it, like 3 years ago, I was broke, crazy Mike that's so far down the rabbit hole that there's no way out. Now I'm Mike, my friend Mike, who a lot of things that I thought he was crazy about has ended up being true. And it's Daniel reminds me, if you ever watch when Elon Musk says, this is me in 2008. Well, this is me in 2012. And now all of a sudden you see him on the right, but he hasn't moved. It's the left has moved so far left. And that's the same thing that's happened with Daniel. Now, people want to sit there and call Daniel a right winger, which is so funny. It's absolutely insane. But like he sees all, like, again, I'm not going to speak for him, but like, it's real easy to see, you know, a guy that used to be one of your close friends, you think has gone down a crazy right wing rabbit hole. And then you realize that your hero, the guy you look up to, Elon Musk, because Daniel bought like the first Tesla, you know, you realize that, wow, like he's like exposing things. Like when you see the truth, you can't unsee it. It's like if you're smart. Now, if you're weak and you're a sheep and you just want to keep following talking points that the left says, then you'll just think like Brandon does, which I still respect Brandon. He'll find his way one day. But like if you're strong and you're smart, you'll say, hey, whoa, that's happening. Whoa, that's happening. Whoa, that's happening. Oh, Mike told me that happened like 2 years ago. Oh, Mike's been telling. Oh, wow, this is really the truth. And once you realize you've been lied to, you know, even if you have certain values, and believe it or not, most of my values line up with liberalism. That's why when I took the test, I came right dead fucking in the middle. Okay, but the left has gone crazy. You know, they talk shit that's not even real. They're out of their minds. So the fact that they brought their far left shit to mainstream is, you know, it's pretty scary. And like I said, once you see it, you can't unsee it. And I'm not here to I respect everybody's point of views. I have lots of Democrat friends. You know, I have lots of Republican friends. I think the GOP is fucking god-awful people, just like the Democrat. I think both sides are god-awful, you know. But I also see one side that is completely insane and evil and will make up lie after lie after lie after lie for political power, where the other side, they're just criminals and just say whatever they want. I don't know. If you see it, you see it. If you don't, you don't. If you can't, once you see it, you can't unsee it. That's the bottom line, you know. We're going to find out this election. I don't believe that Trump's going to win. I hope he wins. Because I think Biden's the worst president in the history of our country. I feel like he should be in the old age home. I think it's elder abuse. I think what they're doing to him is a sin in itself. And I don't care as much as you hate Biden. You have to feel sorry. If you don't see what they're doing to him, then you have no empathy in life. And I think what they're doing to keep power to Joe Biden is elder abuse. And I think those people will have to meet their maker one day. I think it's disgusting. And I think Joe Biden's wife is disgusting for letting it happen, for letting him go up there and just look the way he does. It's just disgusting. So, anyways, yeah, he killed it. He screamed and called half the country Nazis. Yeah, he did great. Anyways, have a great weekend, you guys. I'll be back next Friday, I think. We'll talk about the Sweet 16, because after all the games Friday night. And we'll see who's left in the tournament. See what else happens in free agency. I'll let you know if I'm going on the poker cruise. And I'll let you know how my week at poker goes. Thanks for listening to The Mouthpiece. Take care.
The Mouthpiece.